Hey, Editor Joe here. And before we start off the episode, I do just want to say that if you're listening to the audio version, there is a sponsor, and I'm talking more about the sponsor of today's episode, Anchor, at the end of this episode. Today, on Space Stuff by Teenage Astronaut, SN11 flies. A month later, SN15 flies. And finally, a Falcon 9 4-stage will launch for the 10th time. Hello, I am Joe, the Teenage Astronaut, and welcome to the episode of Space Stuff by Teenage Astronaut. First things first, what do you think of my little background there? Just a nice little thing I drew myself. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. But, yeah, as I said, today we're talking about something important. SN11's test flight. So I actually have all my stuff ready this time, as this whole thing itself would have been talked about earlier on. I think just had a moment, but it's fine. And in the episode that would have come out ages ago, but didn't, because I kind of just told it nope, because I didn't think it was good enough. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. This is it, by the way. This footage is all from NASA space flight. There's no audio or whatnot, but what there is video. So I'm gonna go ahead and debunk it, pause it when I want to and whatnot. Engine ignition. That's all we got to see of SN11 for takeoff from the ground. We just got to see the engines ignite and then go. For all we knew, it just exploded. Now, lucky for us, thanks to the SpaceX stream, we know it didn't explode. So it's lifting off, and a little bit here, they'll pull it up to the SpaceX stream so I can really go into what is occurring. So they went to the SpaceX stream, and right about, come on, I'm looking for a very specific event to occur. So, at T plus 25 seconds. That's how long it took for something to go on with SN11, by the way. An engine fire occurs on engine 2. Yeah, that's engine 2, by the way. On engine 2, an engine fire occurs, causing, by the way, per Elon tweet, causing quite simply the amount of pressure, the engine pressure to go down, which causes an issue if you don't know. So that happens. It only lasts a second or two. So I say it doesn't last until T plus 35 seconds. Because by the time they come back to it, it's already gone. So, I mean, it's still there, but it's no longer a problem. If you look there, there's actually an engine running fuel, which that's what that orange is. But here on the outside, you can see the dust cloud, and yeah, this would have actually been a really cool thing to see. But due to the fog, we weren't able to do a mixture of fog and low cloud cover specifically. We weren't able to watch it. By the way, this took off at 8 in the morning out there. So, yeah. But yeah, ascent from after T plus 25 seconds went pretty well, actually, as far as I know. Nothing really went that long, just for a little bit. Technically, with the vessel, not really. But, you know, you can see it going inside and outside, and it vents periodically every once in a while, and below is Boca Chica, but there's nothing to see. All the test flights before this were a lot prettier to see. The reason for that was because the weather was just cooperative. With this one, it wasn't. So that kind of caused a problem. By the way, originally the segment was going to be called SN11 Enters the Fog and Never Comes Back. There was a reason for that. But yeah, all went well for a while until, if I can find it. So now all goes well, and you have first engine cut off, because as you most likely know, the engine's cut off through time. Messing with my decibels and things, trying to make it not sound too loud. But yeah, nothing really went wrong. If you don't know, by the way, SN8 exploded on impact. As it went a little bit too fast hitting the ground after about a half-second engine cutoff here. Then SN9 went out on fire. Literally, it had a fun day. SN10 landed before then going for a second hop about 10 minutes later. And then SN11 flew, and me included, by the way. A lot of us thought SN11 was going to do it. SN11 was going to land and blow everybody away, and that would have been amazing. Foreshadowing. But yeah, SN11's still going up, and then this happens. Some of you might notice nothing on there is moving. That's because they start to have problems with the footage. And by the way, when we come back, it's just single engine running, so they had to take an engine cut off. But yeah, they keep having issues with the data involving the stream, like if you're having trouble, like just getting the camera footage, which that mixed with nobody on the ground being able to see it, was semi-problematic. And then you have periods like this where there's nothing in NSF, people doing the stream. Go back to, just okay, and by the way, at the end of the video, all the links to all my sources and whatnot will, like, all the videos I have on here and where I got the information from that wasn't just me, myself, will, be in the description. But yeah, nothing really went on for that much. Just nobody had any footage. Not even SpaceX. But yeah, then we switch back to heel. Because finally SpaceX got it back and it's doing the belly flap maneuver. This is obviously on the side of it and looking at the flap. But yeah, it looks really nice on the cameras, on the vehicle, not the vessel, the vehicle. But yeah, we didn't get to see it on the ground. That was fun. I remember when this happened, I was actually still sleeping because it happened way too early for me. Because, you know, teenager. But yeah, I came down and I was surprised with what occurred. And it actually scared me for a little bit. Yep. It's currently descending as normal. They go to the skirt, under the skirt, because engine relight happened soon, and in the previous attempts, either something's gone horrifyingly wrong there, or shortly after it, so, yeah. We want to say this. So, yep, engines get prepared for engine relight. Engine 1 goes, and why does engine 2 ignites? Nothing. Completely cuts out. They lose it all. Like, I don't know, and then pieces of a starship start to fall out of the sky. Basically, what happened here is Starship SN11 exploded, to say the least. I have one last thing to pull up, and then I will, and yeah. But yeah, SN11 exploded, basically, and there's one thing I need to pull up. But yeah, SN11 exploded on engine relight. We still don't know what caused it. That's why we know exactly what caused it. I'll talk about it in a little bit. Going back in time a long time in this criddle. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in time a bunch. There's a bunch of stuff here. There's a very specific thing I'm looking for, since because it's got exactly what I want. Here we go. So, this is a photo by RGV Aerial Photography, a Twitter account. So I'm gonna check them out, and it basically shows the pieces of SN11. So if you look at this and you kind of look in the area around, you can see where the nose cone fell, obviously, and a bunch of the other pieces fell, and kind of you look right, find the raptors in some photos, but not this one. It looks like though, from particularly where that nose cone fell, it exploded in this area in the sky, by the way. So it exploded on the ground, the nose cone would be like there. So it exploded pretty high up. Well, I say in air quotes, it wasn't that high for it, but pretty high up. Oval, probably actually like that spottish. So yeah, SN11 was messy. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm at SN11. I'm late to the party, but I took a break for April. Okay? I took a break for April. And forgot to announce it. Yeah. So yeah, I just want to talk about this mainly because also now we know what happened too. So yeah, that low pressure on the engine 2 on engine 2 caused basically during spin up when I have a hard start, which caused it to explode, causing boom boom. Yeah, that's what happened with that. Next is what happened very recently, as in literally yesterday of the day I'm recording this. By the way, I'm recording this just in case something bad happens with any of this stuff. I am recording this on May 6th, so keep in mind that. Now, just need to find spot. Here we go. By the way, this is more NSF stuff. This is specifically NASA spaceflight, but also really specifically for Mary Boca Chica Gal. This is SN15, by the way, liftoff, and I want. Yeah, so this is by the way the beach in the area. By the way, this video will also be in the description. Oh, come on. What is my rest? Yeah. But yeah, this is liftoff from beach spot. This is engine ignition. And then begins to go skyward. Yeah. Remember, this is SN15, not SN11. Yeah, it looks like, right, that you'll be able to see it the entire way up, and then it goes into the clouds. Whoa. Yeah. Well, it's just great. So, yeah. So yeah, this is liftoff and landing from Mary, aka Boca Chica Gal's cam, as it says in the bottom of my phone. By the way, this is all NASA space flight. This is none of it is mine. I actually watched this live, in fact. Yep, SN15 takeoff. Yep. SN15 was really cool to watch. It was an experience. Time goes by, it does all its stuff in the sky. And then this, it comes down, slowing down. And the smoke clears, and there was an SN15 and a fire. Wasn't that bag though. So yep, that's what happened with that. In a little bit here, I'm gonna come back with the official SpaceX feed of it. Yeah, this is the actual SpaceX feed. Like, from SpaceX themselves. So, SN15 lifts off. By the way, when I did on the previous one, where I was with SN11, I was like stopping and saying it was wrong. Mainly because as far as we know, as of right now, nothing went wrong. Well, some stuff did, but nothing technically. Like with the actual vehicle itself went wrong. So, yeah. It did not take it long to enter the clouds. That's for sure. By the way, even if it looks like only 2 of the Raptors are currently ignited, don't worry. Raptor SN61 is ignited and burning. Trust me, they're all 3 of them are burning. But yeah, that's the dust cloud from when it launched. Because as you might know, there was no flame trench at Boca Chica, since from what I've heard, because they want to simulate like on Mars. Because there was no flame trench on Mars or the moon, so yeah. So, look at that. This thing is beautiful. By the way, this week's actually 2 episodes. This episode, and then an episode a little bit about 2 days after this one, as in like tomorrow or Saturday. I'll be with an episode about HLS, because I know that's a hot topic, well, involving the HLS protests, the legal protests, not like people marching down the streets, like the HLS legal protests, and what my thoughts are on that situation and whatnot. And we'll also be talking about a couple other things, so yeah, this is kind of just me paying you, giving my forgiveness for, giving my sorrow for, not doing an episode for like all of April. Yeah, but yeah, here they lose feed, and it stops up and doesn't do anything, which is not useful at all. Yeah, it's really not useful. And here is something I love. You notice it looks like SN15 is walking on really hard. No, that camera is attached to one of the flaps, so it looks like the front flap. I think maybe the back. I don't know. Either the front or aft flap, obviously. But yeah, so here we are in the skirt of a starship. It seemed like we weren't here that long ago, huh? But yeah, it's coming down. I think it looks like to me that's the front flap, one of the front flaps. But I don't know. But yeah, actually, here's the thing I want to pause on. That right there is actually the cloud from the Ascent. I think that's really cool. You can see it. Couldn't see that on SN. Oh, any really. You couldn't see that on SN11. But yep, here we are now. Instead of split apart for reignition, and we get to see two of them ignite and comes in for the landing. We've already seen this part, but yep. Successful landing of SN15. And now one last thing to talk about with SN15 is something that's happening as I speak. Literally as I am speaking to you right now. Ta-da! SN15 recovery. This is happening right now, this very second. It's currently 4:57 EDT. Yeah. This is happening right now. SN15 recovery procedures. Yeah, I just thought I'd try that for a sec. Yep. So, that was SN11 and 15 covered in a small 20-minute segment. It's not that small. So yes, now our final topic. SpaceX will be soon on Sunday. We'll be launching a Falcon 9 first stage for the 10th time. 10th time. That's great. So yeah, yet again, footage from guess who and SF. Look, I like these guys, so deal with it. Definitely watch the stream though, whenever one happens. By the way, whenever I stream something on my Twitch, aka on my Twitch, which you don't, go check out Teenage Astronaut Gaming twitchtv.com/Teenage Astronaut Gaming. Go check her out. Definitely. I stream there once in a while, and when I do, it's either Cool Space Program or some game. Or once in a very long time, something actually having to do with real life. I've done it once, and that was an SN11 Fly attempt, and then I got scrubbed, and didn't even do it all, because I had other crap to do. But yeah, we are going to get right into talking about this upcoming flight, and I'm using a footage from the most recent flight attempt, the most recent flight of a Falcon 9. So, here it is. This is at T-minus 1 minute, because it gives me time to talk. So, if you don't know, a Falcon 9 has, a Falcon 9 first stage has only flown 9 times the most. And actually, this Falcon 9 first stage flew 9 times. Second one to ever do it. But the next attempt, which will be the next Falcon 9 though, which will be happening this Sunday, if I'm correct, will be flying a booster for the 10th time. If you don't know, after that, SpaceX will be doing refurbishment and extreme inspection of the vehicle, as they've flown 10 times by then. Yeah, it's crazy, it is, actually. Yeah. By the way, after I record this episode, if I still have time, I'll likely do a live stream. I'll also post a thing on my Twitter. Gotta do this plug, right? Teenage Astronaut on Twitter. It's Teenage Astro. But yeah. And there they go. So yeah, for the Falcon 9 mission, it's a stalling mission. Not a single thing's gonna look different. Come on. Literally nothing's gonna look new or different. At all. Whatsoever. But also, what I'm gonna do now that I've talked about the 10th flight and how it's the stalling mission, I'm actually gonna do a little bit under this one. Because this one has something amazing very late into it. So, I don't know, I just skipped a bunch of time, but deal with it. Yep, first preparation went well, failing preparation went well, all that went well. Coming up on the entry one, which, by the way, guess what? Went well. By the way, I watched this launch and all of this stuff in VR, which is amazing, and I definitely recommend it if you have the chance. I'm only doing it once in a while. But yeah, entry one went normal, nothing new, nothing like the most recent loss of a Falcon 9 first stage. Nothing to give me worries. I watched that live, actually. They lost the footage, the video from the thing, but they are trying to do the thing they have done in the past with a camera on board, where they try to record it from that perspective, and it looked like they were going to do it. It also looked like they were going to fail and splash into the ocean there for a second, but they did not. What they did have a good chunk of the time, there was actually footage from the drone ship itself, but that did what it always does and went out. But yep, she landed. And also Seiko 1 recorded when it landed. But yep, B10 something. B1051, I think, landed. Yep. But yeah, that'll do for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. I remember the portion of this audio does have a sponsor, so yeah. By the way, if you're listening to it on audio, I definitely recommend you watch the video version, as there's a bunch of cool stuff with that. But yeah, leave in the YouTube comments, or if you can email me if you want. That's on Anchor. It's on my Anchor site. What you think about the new banner I have? Even though if you're just comment on the YouTube video what you think about my new background banner here. But yes, this is also the first episode that'll be going out on YouTube, so that'll be a fun. But yep, I'm the Teenage Astronaut, and I'm signing off, and I will see you in literally a matter of minutes.